Yes guys, what's going on? It's Ned here, back once again for Pro Direct Soccer, and today we've got two brand new packs from Nike to look at. We've got the Future Lab pack and the Kinetic pack. Alright, so let's start with the Vision 2, the star of the show in these two new packs. Now, you've probably seen this already from our unboxing video, so check that out if you want a full, closer look at all the new tech and features in this boot. But let me just give you a quick summary of what's changed between the Vision and the Vision 2. Now, for me, the biggest change is the collar. We've now got a much lower dynamic fit collar, and this collar in this shape is a first for Nike. We've not seen that before. If you want to lace this boot from Nike, this is pretty much the closest you're going to get because we have the Ghost Lace. Now, what Ghost Lace is, you've got that mesh upper and it's hidden away. So the laces are still there, just underneath here. Speed lacing system. Once you've done them up, you tuck them in and then you get that nice clean vamp at the top there. Perfect for controlling the ball and striking the ball cleanly. There's not much tech differences between the Vision and the Vision 2. Like I said, you've got the collar change, but then you've still got the same upper material. So we're looking at a Flyknit upper with that quad fit mesh, which gives you kind of four-way movement in the upper, giving you support in all directions. Color up wise, it definitely looks more attacking with the Vision 2. That's something that Nike really wanted to do with this new update to the boot. They wanted to make it look faster on the pitch, and it's also a bit lighter as well, which definitely kind of helps in that attacking sense of the game. So we're seeing a new swoosh placement. It's moved towards the front of the boot, and also the triangle, which was so prominent on the medial instep, has been flipped and moved a bit further forward to give it a more dynamic look on the pitch. So there you go, that's the Future Lab Vision 2, but it's also supported by the Kinetic pack. Now, Kinetic pack is if you want something a bit more subtle. If you like a blackout boot, this is probably the closest you're going to get. And we've got a black mesh upper, and then if you look towards the side and the top of the boot, we've also got that kind of pearlescent finish on here, which gives a kind of a real nice effect. And for me, I'm not massively a fan of black boots, so this is a nice touch if you want something that's subtle but still has a little bit of bling, a little bit of sparkle, and it kind of shifts in color as it hits the light from like a purple all the way through to a blue. So there you go, two new Vision 2s to kick off the kind of 2020 silo, the Kinetic pack and the Future Lab. Okay, so that's Phantom Vision, but we still obviously have Phantom Venom, which is now coming in two new colorways. Both which quite heavily feature black. So we've got the Future Lab, which continues that kind of laser crimson vibe with a kind of laser crimson, metallic silver and black edition, and also again, Kinetic pack, which by now you can see what the vibe is. It's all about blackout and just having that kind of subtle pop of color on the back of the boot with that kind of pearlescent finish that we touched on the Vision 2. I actually really like that pearlescent finish. It definitely makes a change from a lot of the Academy packs that we saw, which were just prominently black, no colors at all. So this has a real kind of subtle color shifting vibe, which I really like, and you're gonna see that across the whole of the Kinetic pack. But let's focus on the update here with the Future Lab version of the boot. One of the key differences, a little change on the back of the heel tab. This is something that we kind of saw introduced on Mercurials, where Nike are really taking kind of some of those call outs, almost inspired by the Nike sportswear range, a little bit off-white, a little bit Virgil Abloh. You can see here the Venom call out, Nike football logo, and then also a set of coordinates. Now those coordinates are for Nike's World HQ in Beaverton in Oregon. So real nice little call out there from Nike, which you're seeing on the heel of the Venom, and it also features on the Superfly and the Vapor, which I'll show you in a minute in the Future Lab pack. Other than that, it's the standard Venom that you all kind of know and love. It's still that striker's boot. All clinical players are wearing this. Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane. No tech updates to talk about here. No change to the design either, but a kind of cool, clean, black laser crimson colorway that you're going to be seeing on pitch, being worn by all of Europe's top Nike strikers. Now, a black-red colorway, I mean, even though this is kind of quite a light red, it's almost like a pinky color in some light. A black-red is always a good colorway when it comes to boots. Definitely has a little bit of that kind of CTR flavor. If you remember the original 360 Maestri, that's a real kind of iconic boot, and definitely a little nod to that previous generation in this boot, I would say. But there you go, black-red, Future Lab, Venom. Okay, let's move on to the Tiempo. Now, Tiempo actually has gone a little bit the other way. We've got hyper crimson, but also with a white heel counter this time. So unlike the rest of the pack, which is mainly made up of hyper crimson and black, the Tiempo actually has that white heel counter, which looks quite cool, I think. Actually, a bit more of a, get some Clash Pack vibes off there, almost like a reverse of the Clash Pack where you had the white front and then the red in the heel. So yeah, I actually quite like this design to the Tiempo. You've got a black plate, and of course, there's a supporting Kinetic pack one as well. Because this one has the kind of leather forefront, you don't have that color shifting elements across the front, but you do get it on the heel of the boot. So you've still got that kind of real cool pearlescent finish, pearlescent detailing on the Tiempo. So if you love Tiempo, I mean, that's about as Tiempo as you're gonna get, isn't it? A black Tiempo, perfect for that player that likes to control the game, wants to go understated, wants to be the centre back in charge, doesn't want any abuse in the dressing room for pulling these out, and you're not gonna get anybody moaning at you wearing a pair of Tiempos from the Kinetic Pack. But if you want something a bit livelier, then definitely check out the Future Lab Tiempo. Now for me, it's actually one of the nicest Tiempo 8s I've seen. I love the Dazzle Camo Tiempo 8, if you remember these, but other than that, this might be my favorite one. I really do like the use of white on this boot. I think it looks like a real cool addition, and it's nice to see Tiempo in some brighter colorways as well. Just because you want a leather boot doesn't mean you want a plain, boring black boot. So yeah, definitely check that one out if you're a fan of Tiempo and you want something a bit livelier. We see the call out I mentioned on the Venom does feature on the Tiempo, but it's actually on the insole. So just like how we saw Venom on the heel of the Venom, we've now got the TMP, which stands for Tiempo, and the same coordinates of the Nike football logo and also the World HQ coordinates that you see on here. So that's a kind of theme that Nike are bringing to the whole of this Future Lab with those kind of off-white style call-outs on there. And in terms of players, you're going to have Virgil van Dijk lacing this boot up as the second half of the campaign kicks in for Liverpool. And in terms of kit combos, this laser crimson Tiempo and that red Liverpool kit, that's going to be a good match. I look forward to seeing that under the floodlights in the Champions League later on this season. All right, on to my favorite boot, the Mercurial lineup. So we've got a Vapor and a Superfly here, and actually same boot, same tech, same things that we've come to love with this Vapor and this Mercurial, but we've actually got some redesigned graphics. So Gone has the big Merc branding from the side of the boot. It's been replaced by that silver badge that we talked about on the other models in the lineup. So Future Lab brings in this kind of real cool new graphic, similar to what we saw on Neymar's signature boot. So we've actually got that kind of almost like a checkered flag kind of vibe. And it actually reminds me of the Mercurial Vapor 3. So if you remember that boot, you kind of saw that dotted graphic that wrapped around towards the heel of the boot. We've got that now on this Future Lab boot. This is a true Mercurial colorway for me. To have a laser crimson Mercurial really sets this pack off nicely. For me, looking at the boot, and I know I'm biased, I love Mercurial, I think this might be the strongest looking boot in the pack. It's gonna look great on pitch, especially under the lights in those Champions League nights. And you know who wears Mercurial. You're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Now Marcus Rashford is wearing this as well. So you've got a lot of top players in the world lacing up in this kind of colorway we're going to see in the Superfly and the Vapor. Now, obviously with the Kinetic Pack, we still have an understated option for you. Now, because of the way that this has been treated, you've actually got almost a full pearlescent upper, which definitely makes it a little bit different to some of the previous blackout Vapors we've seen, and a real nice touch from Nike to give you an option like that. With the Kinetic Pack, it's definitely probably more suited for somebody that wants to go understated on the pitch, maybe an academy player. So it's nice that you have the option now. If you want to wear Mercurial, you don't have to wear something bright. You now have a real cool standout colorway in Future Lab, but of course something a bit more subtle, a bit more toned down with the Kinetic Pack. It's slightly harder to see, but you do have the updated graphics on the Kinetic Pack as well. You don't have that large Merc text. It's still got that same jagged kind of dotted graphic that goes all the way along the sole plate and into the side and the heel counter of the boot, but it's black on black, so very tonal, very subtle, but it's still there. So you have got updated graphics on both versions, the Future Lab and the Kinetic Pack. Okay, so the Future Lab pack is the pack you're going to be seeing on pitch. This is the one that's going to be worn by all the stars. So you're going to have Raheem Sterling, Virgil van Dijk, Kevin De Bruyne, Cristiano Ronaldo, Eden Hazard, Marcus Rashford, all of the guys you're going to be seeing, they're going to be wearing Future Lab. Kinetic Pack isn't going to be on pitch, but it's going to be seen by you guys on the Sunday League games, in all the academies, so it's still going to get a run out as well. So as these are two massive packs, they also come in a series of different sole plates. We've got them all available in FG, in AG, and in anti-clog. So let's just take a quick look at what the anti-clog looks like. So here, I've got the Future Lab Mercurial Superfly in anti-clog. So you've actually got a real kind of cool clear stud plate, and you've got the anti-clog logo really prominent towards the front. This is something that was quite a nice upgrade on the new Superfly, was that split anti-clog plate. So on previous versions of anti-clog, it was covering the whole of the foot, which meant you didn't get the benefit of that split plate design that the Mercurial had. So now the upgrade here on the Superfly 7 was that we got that split plate anti-clog. So if you haven't tried anti-clog yet, make sure you check out our videos explaining what it's all about. But if you're playing on pitches which are muddy, which are cut up, anti-clog, it's a game changer. It's gonna save your life when it comes to running around in a heavy, muddy football pitch. So yeah, anti-clog available in all products in Future Lab and in Kinetic Pack. And let's take a quick look at the AG plate. If you've not tried AG plates before, really useful if you're somebody that's playing on a artificial surface, so that's what AG stands for, artificial ground. So you've also got conical studs on the AG plate. Now this is designed for kind of shorter, sharper movements, twisting, and that gives you more freedom of movement on the surface that you're in. So you should get less injuries by wearing an AG plate on an AG surface than you would do by perhaps wearing the FG, which is kind of more aggressive and more bladed. You're gonna get more freedom of movement, which should hopefully stop your feet from getting stuck in that artificial ground. And something that we've seen pros like Neymar wearing when they're coming back from injury, he's quite often been seen wearing an AG plate, as it actually relieves some of the pressure on the foot as well. So if you have any pain points in your feet, definitely worth considering an AG plate. And I know some people actually prefer to wear AG even on an FG surface. So yeah, definitely check out the AG plate if that's something that you're using. If you're playing on an artificial surface or if you're playing small-sided, AG could be the one for you. Cool, so that's 2 brand new packs for you guys to look over there. Let us know what you think. Tell me in the comments below what your favorite pack is and then also what your favorite boot is. For me, I think it's pretty clear. I'm going with the Superfly from the Future Lab pack. For me, this is exactly what a Mercurial should be like. It's loud, it's fast, it's aggressive. And I love that kind of laser crimson colorway on this Mercurial. And that little silver call out looks so good as well. It's really kind of popping off in the light here. So yeah, for me, that's the standout of the pack. But obviously you've got a brand new silo to think about here. Have you tried the Vision 2 on yet? Have you got it on your feet? Again, I'm looking forward to seeing how this performs on pitch. I haven't tested it myself yet, but we've got a play test of this boot coming soon, so make sure you check out that. Or do you like the understated pack? Do you like the Kinetic pack? I have to say the kind of color shifting elements are nice, but for me, I'm not a black boot fan, but I know a lot of you are. So yeah, is it the Kinetic pack? Is it the Future Lab pack? Tell me down below what your favorite boot from these kind of 10 new pairs that we're seeing here today are. All right, and it wouldn't be a Pro Direct unboxing and first look without us giving away a pair in a competition as well. So one of you guys at home, you're gonna win a pair of these boots. You can pick any boot you like. To enter, all you need to do, because this pack is about future stars and looking forward, I wanna know who your future pick for 2020 is. I wanna know which player we should be looking out for. Who do you think is gonna be the standout player from 2020? So what I want you to do is put the name of the player that you fancy to make a big impact in 2020 in the comments below. Comment your size and the boot that you would like to win, and then we're gonna announce a winner later this week. Usual competition terms apply, so check the description below for all the information you need to know and the closing date for the competition. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.